What's going on, guys? I actually addressed this in the previous video, but I put out a poll a couple weeks ago asking what's your favorite update of 2024, right? For Monster Hunter now, clearly, of course, that's the game everybody's playing. But wanted to change things up a bit, right? Because of the poll, I'm going to list a few reasons why, if you're a lover of hunting, especially the Monster Hunter franchise, but obviously you have too much to do, you have, not enough time in the day. I work a regular 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So I get it. I have buddies who work from home 5 days a week, and they're able to take their dogs on walks, and they're like already at hunter rank 250, and I'm still at 187. Does that mean I'm weaker than them? No, we both have grade 10 weapons. That's just the amount of time that we're able to put in. And what I want to say is, because of recent updates, you're able to play more efficiently and play smarter instead of just it being all about the grind, right? So let's go. Here are a few reasons as to why you should be playing Monster Hunter now in 2024. First reason is, if you like Pokemon Go but you weren't a fan of the catching, Monster Hunter now is probably for you, especially if you're a fan of the franchise, right? Hunting monsters in real-time locations is a fun bit, but that's just the basic reason. Let's start with what they didn't have last year versus what they have this year. So one of the biggest issues was always Zenny, right? Previously, the only way to get Zenny, if before rank 100 was, even after rank 100, was daily quests. Now, it wasn't the only way, but it was the main way. Until you start facing 6-star monsters, the Zennies you would get would range from 10 to 50 a hunt. Then as soon as you get 6 stars, you would get 100 per hunt, 100 or higher, right? And then you get the daily quest, which gives you 1,000 a day, and you got 3 of them. So essentially, you were getting 3,000 a day. Now, if you pass 100, that doubles, so you'll get 6,000 a day. But not only that, you get excess monster parts that you can sell for money. Now, why is this important? You need Zenny to upgrade weapons. So a lot of the times in the past, I was stuck because I had the materials to upgrade, but not the money. So then I would have to grind for a week or two of just hunting monsters and keeping my box clear by throwing away parts so I can, unfortunately, save enough money to upgrade the weapon. And then, next upgrade would come and I'd be broke. Right? Like, even look at this. I'm kind of broke right now because I've been upgrading, but until I get that last Wyvern gem, I'm not going to sell any additional parts. But to be fair, I did just upgrade this to 10. And that's really important because a couple of weapons weren't out when I started playing. So as I switched weapons, I had to dig into that pool that I didn't have and start from scratch using the weapons that I want to use. So being able to sell parts is one of the most important features, makes this game a bit more user-friendly. So, yep, that's one of the reasons that you should be playing in 2024. But I'm not going to be so generic. The next reason is Huntathons. Now, Huntathons went live December of 2023, right? Just at the tail end of the year. And you can only participate with your friends that were close by. So it was really useful for people that were in cities, and it was essentially a nice way to rack up additional Zenny because you would get twice as much Zenny that you would normally get for hunting. And it's 5 monsters back to back. So it was actually really fun. Problem is, if you live in a small town or a area where there is not a lot of players, you couldn't take on a lot of these challenges by yourself, right? You may not have the weapons, you may not have the armor. You may not even have the time, but one of the biggest updates they've done this year, which most of you voted for, is matchmaking huntathons. Now you can make with anyone across the nation. I'm not even sure if it's world, but it's definitely the nation. And you can end up randomly hunting with friends. One feature I wish they do add, though, is if you're in a party, since they have matchmaking huntathons now, I wish you can hunt with friends I have a few buddies of mine that play the game and they don't live in the state. So I wish the people on your friend list, you were actually able to hunt with, across state lines. That would be a very cool feature for them to add in the future. That's just my opinion, but that's still one of the biggest updates. Being able to, even if you're in a small town or in an area where there isn't a lot of people, still hunt with other people. So at the bare minimum, if you don't have enough time in the day to go out for a hunt, if you have 10 minutes to yourself, you can go outside, hop on a huntathon, play with some people, get the monster parts, and go back about your business. So whether you got to do dishes, laundry, or go to work, whatever, right? So that's a nice feature that they added. One of the biggest, most surprise features that they also added is drift smelting. Now you have the ability to add additional parts, additional skills to your armor, customizable skills. Now, while it is random, I'm completely okay with that because this game is a long distance grindy game. So, you're not supposed to be able to get what you want on the first try unless, it's a bit of luck. So I've only gotten one of what I wanted so far, as you can see, which is a third fire attack on my Engineath gloves. But other than that, it's been a really great feature, and I encourage you guys to try it out. Obviously, for some of the better armors that you want to upgrade, that you want to attach skills to, you'll have to upgrade them further, and that is going to be a grindy process. But regardless of what that process is, it makes it more user friendly for you to use what you have and customize what you have. And you might even get if you could upgrade a nice rarity 5 armor when you're low level, it might give you that additional push you need to get stronger. You never know. Right? So that's actually really cool in my opinion. So I would say those are the top 3 so far. Obviously, the new weapons are a great feature. Walking to activate drift smelting is always good. Replayable stories. That's great. I'm not going to lie. Being able to continuously replay the story and choosing if you want to rank up or not is a phenomenal feature. It's a nice way to rank up hunter rank points and continuously replay and fight monsters, even though it's a seasonal story. And that leads into my last and final thing. I know there's more important updates. I'm just essentially covering top 5. Season passes, where you can get rewards and give you guaranteed Wyvern gems, right? I mean, you get 5 Wyvern gems if you buy the guaranteed season pass, but if you do a regular version, you get 2. And then after that, you just completely get Zenny. So it's also a nice way to continuously rack up and get Zenny. I would say that's the top 5 features that are important to people, as well as the free huntathon every 3 hours. But that's a part of huntathons, and just going into details. But yeah, I guess we also have some honorable mentions. Right? Like, for example, that's not game changing, but it's nice for aesthetic. Layered equipment is also good. That's one of my favorite features. More loadouts is also good. Now I don't have to constantly switch gears. I mean, we have 5 before, so giving us an extra 4, because extra 5 essentially is always nice. Being able to see hunters on the map is also pretty cool when you're teaming up with your friends. And my personal favorite, significantly increased hunting distance. Before, if I were to go to where this Diablos is, it might be me pushing it on inviting a friend. But now, I might be able to walk all the way down to where that 9-star Raytheon is and invite a friend, and he'll be able to pick it up. So that's always phenomenally good. And I think another honorable mention is it looks like there's significantly more spawn rates for monsters that are year level. We barely had 8-star and 9-star monsters spawn on the map when I was qualified to fight 8 stars, and now they're all over the place, which means increased opportunity to get a Wyvern gem. I think that's also great. But anyway, guys, just like the poll I did a few weeks ago, let me know what's one of your favorite things that you like. And if you haven't started playing the game yet, let this be a public service announcement to you that you should definitely test it out. It is a grindy game, but it's grindy in terms of you play a couple times a day, you get the resources you need. You don't need to sit down for hours, right? Oh, and one last thing. I do have a wish list. I told you what I would have liked. One of the things I would have liked earlier is being able to matchmake with friends, people on your friends list, essentially giving your friends list a purpose, right? Another thing I would like is my personal opinion. You only get about 5 first aids a day, right? And I know that they need to make money. It's a gotcha game, don't get me wrong. But it would be cool if you get a nice little reward system for your rank. For example, if you're 100, instead of getting 5 first aids a day, you now qualify for 6. And then when you hit 207, and then getting a continuous, all the way up to 10. Or it could be even every 50, whoever has the idea. But essentially, I encourage them, I shouldn't say want, I encourage them to start rewarding people for playing. Or maybe not even 100, maybe every 150 you get an extra potion in the shop for your rank, and that way instead of getting 5 a day you'll get 6. For those of you who've hit 200 or 300, you'll get 7, right? If it's every 100, you'll actually get 8. If it sorry, 7 if it's oops, sorry about that, those notifications. And if it's every 150, then you'd be getting like 7 right now, sorry. And if it was a 300, for every 100 you'd be getting 8. But yeah, those are just some ideas for a wish list. My 2 things that I would like, but obviously I'm happy with it. They added new monsters, they added spawn frequency, and another honorable mention before we go: monsters used to spawn every 3 hours. Now monsters spawn every hour. It's good and bad depending on your perspective. Now I can see a monster and maybe time a break for when I can go get him. Now every monster that I see, I only have an hour to go get him. So that's cool on days off when I have time to myself, but that's not cool on work day because I can't be leaving my office every hour to go hunt. But anyway, it's fine because them spawning more every hour is still more of a positive than a negative, because when I do take that break, there's a full flood of monsters out there that I don't have to worry about, that I can go and hunt. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Tell me what your favorite feature of 2024 is, or tell me what you wish or what you're most looking forward to if if you've been watching my videos and it's going to drop. But tell me what you might have on your wish list, what you would like to see for this game in the future. I believe it's a great fun game. But yeah, that's my list for why you should be playing Monster Hunter in 2024. I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and happy hunting.